Hey everybody, it's Lala. Wanted to say I'm sorry about last week and not getting to you guys in time to do season 7, episode three's review for True Blood. But I'm here for season 7, episode 4 to talk to you guys about what went on in that episode and just to let you know, just a quick sidebar. I am going through a few personal things, and you guys will hear about that from me soon. I'm gonna have a little heart to heart with my subbies and all my little friends out there. Let you know what's going on with me. But if things go well, hopefully I'll have more time to focus on these videos and actually making a production out of them, so it's not so, flip floppy, grainy, crazy, quick, and thrown together. But okay, so let's just get into this. It's probably gonna be pretty quick. But we start off with Sookie and Jason calling Jackson, Alcide's pappy, and Hoyt to tell them about the deaths of their loved ones. So Jackson was heartbroken when he found out about Alcide, of course, and he told Sookie like he loved the fuck out of you. So everybody knew how Alcide felt about Sookie, and I guess it mattered to everybody but Sookie. But that's how it goes anyway. And Jason had to tell Hoyt about his mom, and that was kind of hard to watch because if you remember, their whole friendship was glamored out of Hoyt, a couple of seasons ago. And you could see the pain, or in Jason while he was talking to him, and the fact that Hoyt didn't know who he was. It was kind of sad to watch. But they finished that up, and Sookie said, we got to get to work or whatever. We don't have time for the sad sorries and goodbyes. Sam and Jason got together to go tell Rosie, Kevin's wife. No, wait, I'm jumping ahead. Okay, so they got together and they went over to Holly, to Holly, so Sookie could get into Holly's head and find out exactly where they was, because obviously the information got glamored out of Holly, so she didn't know where she was, and she couldn't remember anything before being found in the out in the woods or whatever with everybody. So Sookie used her fairy powers or fae powers and helped Holly remember exactly where they were. So they found out they were in Fantasia. They found out that Kevin didn't make it, who all was left, and they used that to come up with a plan to go to Fantasia and get the rest of the girls back and get Arlene and Nicole and Beaufort. No, and the other woman, I can't remember. I can never remember that other woman's name, the drunk. So when they found out that Kevin died, Sam and Jason went to Kevin's wife, Rosie's house, to let her know that Kevin was gone, and she was being a jerk, until she found out what happened. And if I'm squinting a lot, it's because I don't have my glasses on, so I probably look crazy, but I'm trying to see myself while I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so we had a little flashback of Pam and Eric when they first came to Bon Temps. It was a punishment, and Fantasia actually started out as a seedy little video store, little VHS tape stores with a little porn section in the basement, and it actually had a tunnel from like the Underground Railroad or something in the basement too, which was interesting. But they were brought there after the whole France situation that happened last episode, and he was made sheriff because they didn't trust him and they wanted to keep their eyes on him. So they had to run that little store, and that was a cute little scene. My favorite part was when he threw Pam the keys and she just let him smack her and fall to the floor. That was cute. Okay, so what happened after that? Let me think. Then I know Sam and Jason, they had like a struggle because Sam really wanted to go get Nicole. Now all of a sudden Sam is worried about Nicole. He was chilling before. He was good and going about everything the way he was supposed to, but he really needs to get his wife and his baby now. And Jason had to tell him, like, we can't do nothing without the vampires to calm the fuck down. Like, you ain't gonna go in there and be Captain Save-A-Ho and wind up getting your ass killed and messing everything up. So he had to turn around and get it together. And let me think. Sookie, we'll stop talking about Sookie for a second. We're gonna go to Jessica. Jessica is still not healing. She's still struggling, you know, because we find out for sure now that she hasn't been eating. She hasn't eaten since she killed the fairy girls. And they said that was like about 10 weeks or something like that. It was like 6 months or something like that. 2 months. I don't know. But it was a long time. I think they said 10 weeks. It was a long time. And she wasn't eating because she was punishing herself. And she was having a little struggle with vampires, having to feed off of innocent human beings and stuff like that. So her boyfriend went and told Bill because she refused to eat. And Bill, you know, made her drink. But Sookie came and she was just like, look, I ain't got time for this shit. I got stuff to do. I need a strong vamper. So you need to get your shit together and get something to drink. And we can go do what we got to do. You can worry about your guilt and all that other stuff later on. But right now, you owe me because I'm good to you. So she didn't want to drink Sookie because she didn't trust herself, and she decided to drink from Lafayette since that's her boyfriend's human. Lafayette had a beautiful scene. I love Lafayette. I didn't get to talk to you guys about season 3 when he was in his house getting down or whatever. I kept playing that part over and over and over again on episode 3. That was so funny. He's so adorable. I love Lafayette so much. But so he came and he fed Jessica, and she immediately started getting better. And they worked that out. We did get to see in the flashbacks about Ginger and how Fantasia was born, and how actually it was Ginger's idea. She was actually like a smart chick, and you know, and into vampires and really geeky and stuff. I actually liked her little look back then. And she saw Eric and fell in love with him and decided to work at the video store for them. And she came to Pam one day with the idea to make the video store a nightclub around the time when vampires were starting to come out, and to call it Fantasia. And Pam glamored the idea out of her so she could take all the credit for herself, which is something that I can definitely see Pam doing. So Pam and Eric were on a plane right now, recent time. They were on a plane flying out to go look for what's that woman's name now? Numi. Why can't I think of her name? You guys, it'll come to me. But they were going to get the chick that Jason let live, and I cannot believe that I cannot think of her name. Sarah Newland. They were going to find her. But he wanted to stop off at Shreveport so he could say goodbye to Willa before he dies. And Pam was not very happy about that. That's what kind of triggered the flashbacks on how they got to Shreveport in the first place. So, let's see. So, Pam was telling Eric about how she took the idea from Ginger. It was good to see Ginger. I missed her. I really wanted to hear her scream one more time. And maybe we will be able to see that since they keep going to flashbacks and stuff. But, so when they come into town, when they finally get to Shreveport, they stop at Bon Ton, and they show up right on time for Sookie and the crew, because there's not a lot of them. Bill had to tell Sookie, like, I can't get a lot of the vampires to come help me save these humans because there's nothing really in it for them. And a lot of them got killed the last time. So, you know, it was like the regular people, the regular vampires like Jessica and Bill and Violet, her evil ass, Jessica's boyfriend, and they introduced this guy named Keith, the boyfriend's drummer or something. And then that was when Pam and Eric just so happened to show up right on time, and everybody finds out that he's got Hep B. Sookie and Eric have a very different chemistry than Sookie and Bill does. And Sookie and Bill seem more like betrothed, you know, like they were meant to be together. But with Sookie and Eric, they have like a passion that you could feel like a magnetism between them. It's very, very different, and it was obvious when he showed up. And he was really nice to her about losing Alcide and everything, and they just had like a nice moment. But Pam and Eric Eric told him, like, I know Fantasia, I can help you guys get in, because what you're doing right now, just going in through the front door, that's not going to work. So they all got together. They came up with a plan. Sam turned into a rat. I told you this video was going to be really short. I'm sorry. Sam turned into a rat and went in through the little tunnel down into the dungeon and kind of shifted back into a human, so he could tell the girls, like, their vampires are coming and they're going to help you. They're the good ones. They're helping. They're going to help you. Arlene, her reaction to seeing Sam turn from a rat into a human was funny. That was funny. She was just like, were you just a rat? Like, I know you coming to save me and everything, but wait, let's focus on this real quick. I need you to answer this question for me. Like, what the fuck did you just do? So that was kind of funny. He went out to get everyone else to tell them, like, okay, they're in there, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as he turned into a rat and left, the Hep V vampires came down and got Arlene to eat. It's like the next human or whatever, like their next meal. So the shit kind of hit the fan at that point. Eric had an idea to go in through the front door, and he was like, I'm the owner of this establishment, and I'm diseased and I need a place to rest or whatever. But he took Sookie with him and was like, I brought my own human. They weren't really worried about Eric, but once they smelled Sookie, they were like, please come in, because we want her. And the dude kept on asking, like, I know that smell, what are you? So they wanted to eat Sookie. Eric kind of held them off a little bit. You need to sip her like a fine wine or something like that. And then Bill and the rest of the crew kind of snuck in through the back from the dungeon or whatever. They let the girls out. They got the girls out. The rest of them, Nicole and the drunk chick. And they came and they kind of all ganged up or whatever through the back door. And as soon as they were about to attack, the damn townspeople came and started throwing Molotov cocktails and shit and setting everything on fire like a bunch of dickheads. So it was a really nice fight scene. It was good how everybody was fighting. They just shooting up the place or whatever, fucking up the whole rescue mission. So the Hep V vampires, they go out to try to fight the townspeople, and they killing everybody and good riddance to their asses. So it was just like all three of them. It was the Hep V vampires, the healthy vampires, and the townspeople just fighting all over the place. Vince got killed, thank you. I can't remember what happened with Kenya, but Vince got stabbed in the head because he was trying to shoot Jessica, and Bill was like, fuck that. So bye-bye, Vince. It wasn't nice knowing you. And basically it ended with, it was a nice fight scene, and all of the people who needed to die died, and all of the people who, the heroes were okay. So that was pretty cool, because I got a little tired of having somebody important die every single episode. Like, calm down with all that. I get what you're trying to do because it's the end of the season and everything, but pump your brakes a little bit on just killing everybody all the time. Shit. So I think this was a really good episode. It was a lot stronger than the first three, I gotta say. I'm heartbroken that Alcide is dead. The way he died in episode 3 was real, like, whatever, which was kind of crazy. But when you think about it, he wasn't really an important character per se. He kind of came in on a different storyline and then just kind of hung out there. So he was just a fan favorite. So I see that's why they kept him, and when he was going, he was just going. What else? Did anything else happen in episode 3 that I really wanted to talk to you guys about? Let me think. I had an issue with continuity, and this is the nerd in me. Episode 3, when Sookie was waiting out in the field for the Hep V vampires to come get her, she started cutting her arm, okay, so they could smell her blood, because nobody was coming. Now when they all came and Bill and everybody started shooting them up and she was covered in all the Hep V blood, and then with to wash her up. What about that cut on her arm? Shouldn't she be infected by now? Or were we just not supposed to pay attention to that? But I'm late asking that question, so never mind, don't worry about it. If I missed anything, please let me know. Let me see if I remember anything. No, I can't think of anything else. So yeah, if I forgot anything, let me know and I'll talk about it. Dr. Levy, thank you for looking for me last week. I appreciate it. And I am going to have a special video for you guys to let you know why my ass was MIA and what's going on with me. And if you love me and you care about me like I love you, you will tune in and give me your thoughts and everything, okay? But I don't know, like, comment, and subscribe, right? Because that's what you're supposed to say when you're a YouTube. Yeah, that's not, I guess. Thank you. And when I come back, I'm going to have a list of all of the YouTubers that I absolutely love, the people who brought me to YouTube in the first place, so you can go check them out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Bye.